Dr. Pompa built a social media empire by telling people that their morning routine is killing them, their healthy foods are poisoning them, and their doctor has no idea what's actually wrong with them. I'm talking 50 to 100 million views every month, millions of followers across all platforms, and most importantly, real fans that continue to buy from him over and over. While other health influencers are posting smoothie recipes and workout tips, Dr. Pompa is creating content that makes people legitimately terrified about everyday things that they've been doing for years. And that fear drives millions in sales. I'm Logan Forsyth from Media Scaling, and my team has helped engineer Dr. Pompa's social media growth. And today, we're pulling back the curtain on how we use fear, urgency, and contrarian health claims to monopolize this entire space. This playbook breaks every rule of traditional health marketing, but that's exactly why it works. Chapter 1, the fear-first content strategy. Dr. Pompa doesn't educate first, he terrifies first, then he educates. And that sequence is everything. Every video starts with something that you're doing that's toxic or deadly that tons of people do, so the viewers immediately think, wait, I do that. And now they have to watch and find out if they're poisoning themselves. Once they're scared, they're primed to buy the solution, and fear creates urgency that education never could alone. Here's some examples that show the genius of negative hooks. So stop eating this immediately beats try this healthy food. This morning habit destroying your gut beats improve your digestion. Your doctor won't tell you this beats health tips from a doctor. Human brains prioritize avoiding pain over seeking pleasure, and negative hooks tap into survival instincts that override logical thinking. Why contrarian content spreads is because going against mainstream health advice creates instant controversy. People share it to warn others or to debate about it. Comments explode with people defending or attacking. The algorithm sees engagement and pushes harder, and being right matters less than being viral. Now let's get into chapter 2, the self-diagnosis funnel. So here's the psychological journey that every viewer goes through, engineered in every piece of content. The video starts with symptoms that everyone has, like fatigue, brain fog, weight gain, connects those symptoms to something that's toxic that they're doing daily, and viewers start connecting dots to their own health issues. They think maybe this is why I feel terrible all the time. And this creates an open loop that can only be closed by learning more. The breadcrumb strategy here is to never give the complete solution in one video. Each video answers one question, but creates 3 more, and viewers have to watch multiple videos to get the full picture. By video 5 to 10, they're convinced that they need professional help, and the natural next step is reaching out to Dr. Pompa's team. And he makes self-diagnosis feel empowering by saying things like, your intuition about your health was right all along. The medical system failed you, but you can take control. You're not crazy, you're just ahead of the curve. And this validates their frustration with traditional healthcare and positions Dr. Pompa as the guide who finally understands. Now let's flip into chapter 3, toxins are everywhere. We've identified every common daily activity and found a way to make it scary, creating infinite content opportunities. This can apply to morning routines like coffee, breakfast, supplements, household items, cookware, cleaning products, furniture, healthy foods like vegetables, fruits, whole grains, exercise habits like cardio, weightlifting, yoga, sleep routines like mattresses, pillows, sleep positions. And the formula for the toxin content is to take something that everyone does, uses, or eats, find one study or mechanism that suggests potential harm, and then amplify the worst case scenario. Present it as hidden knowledge that they, the enemy, the traditional healthcare system, don't want you to know, and then offer the safe alternative that only you provide them. Why this works psychologically is because it creates a constant state of vigilance about health. It makes the viewers dependent on Dr. Pompa for safe choices. Every video potentially saves their lifespan. FOMO on health information becomes life or death, and it builds unshakable authority as the truth teller. By the way, if you're running a high-ticket business doing over 3 million per year and you want our team to skyrocket your growth on socials, just like our client Sean Lynch, who went from 12,000 followers to 64,000 followers in 6 months, or Patrick Silva, who went from 0 to 37,000 followers in 90 days, or Dan Blazarian, who got over 300 million views in 7 months and multi-7 figures in sales for a Sigma Society program. Check out the link in the description for more case studies and to get your custom guarantee of 10 million to 500 million views in the first year working with us. And now let's flip into chapter 4, which is the sub-account strategy. One controversial health claim is easy to brush off and ignore, but when you hear it 20 different times from different accounts, you might start to pay attention. We manage over 20 accounts across platforms for Dr. Pompa, and each account shares similar content but with different hooks and angles. The same health warnings appear from multiple sources, creating an illusion of a movement rather than one person's opinion that viewers can't escape the message no matter where they scroll. This creates a multiplication effect where one video becomes 20 different posts, each with different hooks targeting different fears, posted at different times to different audiences, and this creates over 1,400 posts per month across all the accounts. The sub-accounts alone are bringing in 10 to 30 million views a month, not including his main socials, which do another 30 to 50 million views a month. All this creates maximum reach with minimal filming effort. Then chapter 5 of this playbook is the high ticket conversion machine. So fear-based content doesn't just drive views, it drives desperate buyers willing to pay anything for solutions. Someone watching David Goggins' motivational clips isn't buying anything, but someone terrified about mercury poisoning, they'll pay thousands of dollars for help. The content strategy itself that we're talking about pre-qualifies for urgency and buying power, and only people with real health concerns and money engage. Why high ticket works in health is because health is priceless to people who are suffering, complex protocols justify premium pricing, exclusivity suggests superior solutions, and results can literally be life-changing. I want to pause here for a moment and stress the importance of ethics, that what Dr. Pompa is doing is truly changing lives and helping people in a significant way. And what we're talking about of using this fear-based psychology is the way to help the most amount of people possible. What we're discussing is extremely powerful, but if you use it ethically, you can make a massive amount of positive impact. The conversion psychology here is that free content creates awareness of the problem, then fear creates urgency to find solutions. Multiple videos build trust and authority. Booking a call and speaking to a person feels like the logical next step, and a high price point allows you to offer a high value solution. Now, chapter 6 of this playbook is exploiting the algorithm. See, the algorithm doesn't fact check, it only measures engagement, and nothing creates engagement like health controversy. Controversial claims spark massive debate, save rates skyrocket on toxic food lists, share rates explode on fear-based content, watch time increases on longer explanation videos, and the algorithm pushes content that keeps people on the platform. So here's the engagement hack formula for everything that we've been talking about. First, make a shocking claim in the first 3 seconds. For best practice, make the claim fear-based rather than benefit-based. Provide just enough science to be credible, leave room for interpretation and debate, and very important, provide them with a solution so the content is not just fear-based alone, but also solution-oriented. End with the question that demands response, and then pin a comment asking for people's experiences. This leads us to chapter 7, where honesty builds trust. Counterintuitively, scaring people builds more trust than reassuring them. Here's why. Traditional doctors say that you're fine when people feel terrible. Dr. Pompa says you're sick, and I know why. Validation of their concerns and their symptoms creates an instant bond of finally someone who takes their symptoms seriously. And what happens here is that fear-based content feels more honest than comfort. This leads to an authority amplification where people think if he's willing to go against mainstream medicine, he must be right. Contrarian positions signal confidence and expertise. Creating enemies makes your supporters more loyal because it leads to an us versus them mentality that strengthens commitment. And being canceled becomes proof that you're telling the truth. What Dr. Pompa also does is share his personal health struggles and recovery process through his life. He positions himself as a reluctant whistleblower, makes followers feel special for knowing secrets, and turns criticism into validation of his message. Implement this playbook and watch your socials and influence skyrocket. And if you're 3 million plus per year high ticket business and you want us to engineer your entire content strategy like Dr. Pompa, go to the link in the description below where you'll see how it works, see tons more proof and case studies, and receive your custom guarantee of 10 million to 500 million views in the first year where we work for free. Also, if you're not already, hit that subscribe button for more game to grow your brand. And it's also a favor that really helps the channel. Then I'll see you in the next one.